Hi guys, this is the first major video. As you can see, it's probably a long one. So grab your popcorns and enjoy. I managed Antonelli and Batman in F1 Manager for 10 seasons. Here are the rules of this series. The starting grid will be the 2025 grid. However, Bottas will replace Antonelli at Mercedes and Ricciardo will replace Batman at Haas. Number 2. Antonelli and Batman has to be managed by me for all 10 seasons. Rule 3. I'm only allowed to simulate all the races, no managing any of them. Rule 4. I'm only allowed to select the staff, do design and do research. Number 5. Every start of the season, I have to spin the challenge wheel. If I fail the challenge, I fail the video. Sorry. If I fail 3 challenges, I fail the video. Number 6. Every start of the season, the bot will give me targets for the season. Like as mentioned just now, I can only fail 3 targets at most. If not, I fail the season. Number 7, just for you to know, no sprints. And number 8, no points for pole position or fastest. Here are a list of possible challenges. Feel free to pause the video here if you want to read out the possible challenges. I'm not going to read them out because, yeah, it's a long list. And you'll see some of them later, so whatever. We'll just leave this here for a while so you guys can pause it or something, or you guys can just play along, I guess. And I'll see you guys when the first season starts. Okay, let's start. Season 1. The challenge that the wheel gave me is no new signings this season. Board objectives. Firstly, score points in 5 races. And secondly, don't finish last in the constructors' standings. The car performance at the start of the season is 20th there, and the staff members we will be starting with. The 2 race engineers are Alex Chan and Gary Cannon. The sporting director is Toby Brown. Head of Aeros Adam Kenyon, and technical chief will be James Key. Now let's dive into the season 1 grid. As I mentioned, it's the 2025 grid, just only with Bottas in the Mercedes now to replace Antonelli and Ricciardo in the Haas to replace Batman. Nothing much. If you're not sure, you can pause the video here to check it out for yourselves, and let's dive into the simulation. Sorry for the pause. That was for you to read the grid if you haven't. Anyway, season 1 driver standings. In first place, Oscar Piastri with 471 points. Norris comes second with 402. Verstappen with 317 points in third. Hamilton barely misses out for third position with 4 points. Leclerc in fifth gathered 243 points. Russell in sixth position has 187 points. Lawson 111 points, finds himself in seventh. Gasly with 81 points in eighth. Bottas in ninth with 78 points. 10th goes to Alonso with 60 points. 11 goes to Ricciardo with 32 points. Antonelli, our driver, in 12th. Batman 27 points as well. In 13th, probably finishing behind based on like the highest position or something. That's the key one. You can go pause it if you want to find the others. Constructor standings. First, McLaren 873, Ferrari 559 in second, Red Bull 428 in third. Fourth is Mercedes with 265. Big drop off the Alpine in fifth with 84 points. Aston Martin in 65 in sixth position. Seventh goes to Haas with 54. My team has a score of 54, I believe. It's a bit hard to read. I know the font is bad. Williams with 18 points finds himself in 9th. 10th, it goes to RB in 12th. And last place is Sauber with 10 points. Anyway, here's Antonelli results. I'm not going to read them out loud. You can pause it yourself if you want to see. Some key moments are when Antonelli scored points in round 3, 9th position. Round 8, also 9th position. Round 11, finished 6th. Round 15 as well. Antonelli also, the final 3 races, 7th, 9th and 9th. So yeah, I think there's a lot of 11th place here, so Antonelli's like hard work, a lot of them are 0 points, although he worked quite hard. Anyway, let's move on to Batman's one now. Similarly, a lot of 0 points. However, Behrman also did score some points in round 3 in 10th position with 1 point. Round 9, 10th position, 1 point. Round 11, also 10th position. Round 12, top 5 finish. Round 15, 9th position. Round 19, 20, 22, 23 and 24 all scored some points. And so yeah, overall I say Behrman has been like, he scored like the higher points, but Antonelli has been more consistent. And it shows because they were tied on points and Antonelli finished ahead. Probably on more like 11th place if I'm not wrong. Oh sorry, like this highest finishing position. So Antonelli finished higher than Behrman. Like the highest finish that Antonelli had was higher than Behrman. So that's how it works, I believe. And therefore Antonelli finished ahead. And we put them head to head. So current standings is Behrman 1, Antonelli 0. Behrman finished 12th, Antonelli 13th. You can see that that's what happened. That's why Behrman finished ahead. Personal stuff, no change to them at all. So you can just pause if you're not sure. Board review. The challenge was complete. So the objectives also complete. Score points. As you can see, those are the points, the races we scored points in. And do not finish last. We finished 8th. So objective complete. Car performance at the end of the season is 10th position. And so overall, season has been a success. Let's move on to the next season. Season 2, the challenge is no ATR and wind tunnel hours for research. The objectives this season: score a podium with both drivers and finish 7th or higher in the constructor standings. Car performance at the start of the season is 10th and no change to the staff members at all. Driver transfers for season 2 weren't that crazy. Liam Lawson goes from Red Bull to a free agent. Russell moves from Mercedes to Red Bull. Albon moves from the Williams to Mercedes. Gasly goes to Alpine to fill the Williams seat. And Colapinto gets called up to Alpine. Nothing much here. So yeah, let's see the grid. I'll read this one out this time. McLaren has Norris and Piastri. Ferrari have Leclerc and Hamilton. Verstappen and Russell, Red Bull. I wonder how that's going to be. Mercedes have Bottas and Albon as their lineup. Alonso and Stroll stays at Aston Martin. Alpine now signed Colapinto, and so now Doohan and Colapinto for them. Haas has Ocon and Ricciardo still. RB, Tsunoda and Hadja, no change. Williams have Sainz and Gasly. Sauber, Nico Hülkenberg and Bortoleto. And my own team, Behrman and Antonelli. So without further ado, let's dive into simulation. Season 2 driver standings sees Hamilton clinch his 8th Drivers' Championship in first position with 305 points. Piastri comes in second with 272, Norris 256, Leclerc 253 in fourth. Antonelli finds himself in fifth with 194. 6th goes to Behrman and 172, Verstappen with 167th, Ricciardo and Russell 142, 131, 8th and 9th, Ocon with 112, 10th, Colapinto 101, 11th, Bottas finds himself in 12th with 69 points. Albon is in 13th with 61, 14th is Gasly 60, 15th is Sainz with 57, 16th is Tsunoda with 27, Alonso with 20 is 17th, Hadja with 16 is 18th, Doohan with also 16 is 19th, Hülkenberg with 9 is 20th, Stroll with 7 is 21st, and Bortoleto is dead last. Sorry if I'm reading it fast, I'm just trying to record it before we move on to the next slide, and cause like what happened just now, it overshot, so yeah. I'm trying my best to mention everyone's name before we move on to the deep dive of Antonelli and Behrman. So let's move on to that then. Season 2 constructor standings sees Ferrari clinch it with 558, McLaren in close second with 528 points. Our team finishes with 361 points in third. Red Bull with 291 finishes 4th. Haas 243 points finishes 5th. Mercedes in 6th finishes with 130 points. Williams and Alpine both tied with 117 points, 6 and 7. As you see, I've run out of space again, so just pause it there to read the other three. So Antonelli's results in season 2. Let's see the interesting one. A win in round 4. A podium second place finish in round 8. And from round 16 onwards, constantly in the points, even with a round 19 second place, round 20 second place, round 21 win, round 22 and 23 top 5, and round 24 third place podium. So overall, it's been a great season for him. Bearman now, he starts off the season in top 5 and then drops slightly to 6th position, did not finish the points, finishes on the podium in round 4, 8th position in round 6, anything else? Has a win in round 8, finish another win in round 20, podium in round 21. So for him, round 16 to 24, constant point scoring. I think it's like, 2 more races more than Antonelli? So overall, it's a great season for both of them. And now as Antonelli finished above, it's now 1-1 in the head-to-head standings. Who do you think will win? Put your predictions down in the comments. Season 2 personal stuff sees the sporting director being changed to Randeep Singh. So welcome Randeep Singh to our team, and let's see the board review. We completed the challenge this season once again. Score or podium with both drivers, we completed that objective. We finished 3rd out of 11th, which was more than the 7th place the board needed. And the car performance at the end of the season is 3rd place. So overall, it's a season success for us. Now we head into season 3. The challenge for us is to terminate Antonelli's contract at the end of the season and sign him back before the first race next season. So the calendar change this season becomes a 20-race season. Objective this year is finished at least like a podium for the whole season and finish 2nd in the World Constructors' Championship. The car performance at the start of the season has nosedived to 13th because we did not have researched. Season 3 driver transfers, there are a lot here. As you can see, Antonelli, like at the end of the season, that's what happened. I'm just going to put it here first. Norris goes from McLaren to Aston Martin. Verstappen moves from Red Bull to Mercedes. Bottas moves from Mercedes to retirement. Alonso also retires, so does Ricciardo. Tsunoda moves from the junior RB team to the senior Red Bull team. Bortoleto moves from Sauber to McLaren. Arvid Lindblad goes from a free agent to replace the outgoing Tsunoda. Victor Martins goes to Sauber, and Emery Cordial goes to Haas. That's the season. Now let's show you the full grid. In McLaren, we have Piastri and the newly promoted Bortoleto. In Ferrari, still remain the same lineup of Leclerc and Hamilton. Red Bull now has Russell and Yuki Tsunoda. Mercedes now hold the lineup of Albon and Verstappen. Aston Martin now have Norris and Lance Stroll. Alpine now keep Doohan and Colapito for a 2nd year. Haas have Ocon and Cordial to replace. RB has Hadja and Arvid Lindblad. Williams has Sainz and Gasly for a 2nd season. And Sauber has Hülkenberg and Victor Martins. I think from now on, I won't read my own team because it's always going to be Antonelli and Bearman. If ever I lose any of these drivers, then I'll inform you. Alright? So for now, we're just going to name the 10 teams there. Season 3 driver transfers. Hamilton becomes a 9-time world champion with this one, finishing with 399 points. Leclerc comes in close 2nd with 364 points. Norris, 240 points in 3rd position. Gasly, 216. Sainz, 212. Piastri, 6th place, 201. 7th is Bortoleto with 92. 8th is Verstappen with 80. 9th is Stroll with 70. Ocon with 39 in 10th position. Hülkenberg with 21 points is in 11th. Emery Cordial is in 12th with 18 points. Kimi Antonelli is in 13th with 18 points as well. Albon is 16. Albon with 16 points is in 14th. 15 goes to Cordial. Bearman 10 points in 16th. 17th is Tsunoda with 8. 18th is Russell with 7. Hadja with 4 points is 20th. Doohan with 2 is 21st. Lindblad is 22nd with 0 points. And I believe I've said Colapinto wrongly as Cordial, so apologies there. We now move on in the constructor standings. Ferrari once again dominate this year. 763 points in 1st. Williams with 428 in 2nd. Aston Martin with Third position gathered 310 points. McLaren closely followed with 293 points. Mercedes had a big nose. Haas with 51 finds herself in 6th. And my team falls all the way down to 7. 8th position goes to Sauber, and you can see run off them again. Pause there if you need to. Antonelli's results in season 3. Let's see if there's anything important. The first 7 races, no points at all by Antonelli. He's finally scored a 10th position in the 8th race, 9th in the 9th race, and from round 11 and 12 he's got 10th. And then it's like a very low level run this year for Antonelli. Bearman as well, first race to the 8th race, no points at all. And the 9th race he scored 1 point. 11th he scored 2. In the 14th he scored 4. And in round 18 he scored 2. I would have to say though, a lot of 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th position here. So I believe he could have scored more points if, like, say the point system gave points to everyone. I think he would have done a lot better. However, this is how F1 works. It's not very fair. So season 3 standings goes 2-1 in favour of Antonelli. Let's see if Bearman can catch up anytime soon, or will Antonelli dominate. But Antonelli came back from a 1-0 down. So, without further ado, let's check the board review. No change to the personal stuff or anything, so yeah, that's settled. We completed the challenge once again, and the board objective was to score a podium. We failed that. And the second one we also failed, which is finished third above in the World Constructors Championship. However, our car performance at the end of the season slightly improved to 11th, but however that means our season failed. So that's the first strike out of the 3. Season 4, the challenge this year is no research allowed this season, and our objective is to score a P5 with either driver once and to finish 7th in the constructor standings. Car performance at the start of the season went back down to the 13th position, and no change to staff members at all. Season 4 driver transfers, there's a lot coming. Hamilton from Ferrari retires finally. Albon to Mercedes goes to Sauber. Lance Stroll from an Aston Martin moves to an RB. Jack Doohan moves from an Alpine to a Sauber. Ocon from a Haas to Williams. Arvid Lindblad moves from RB to Mercedes. Sainz goes from Williams to a free agent. Hülkenberg moves from Sauber to an Alpine. Victor Martins moves from Sauber to a free agent. Theo Pourchaire comes from free agency to join Aston Martin. Robert Schwartzman joins Ferrari, and Jack Crawford joins Haas. Now, to show you the full overview of the grid. In McLaren, once again, Piastri and Bortoleto remain there. Ferrari keep Charles Leclerc with Robert Schwartzman newly coming in. George Russell and Yuki Tsunoda at Red Bull still. Now Mercedes have Verstappen and Arvid Lindblad, 2 seasons now. Aston Martin have Norris and the newly promoted Pourchaire. Alpine have Colapinto and Hülkenberg now. Haas have Cordial and Crawford, very young drivers there. RB, Stroll and Hadjar. Williams have Ocon and Gasly, and Sauber have Albon and Doohan. Let's check the driver standings now. Piastri won it after Hamilton retired. 455 points for him. Bortoleto comes in second with 364. Colapinto in third with 253. Leclerc in fourth with 188. Hülkenberg with 167 in fifth. Norris 104. Gasly almost hit the 100-point mark with 99, 7th place. Antonelli 91 points in 8th. Ocon 87 points in 9th. Bearman 68 points in 10th. Pourchaire in 11th has gathered 63 points. Schwartzman 57, 12th. From here on, it nosedives down to single digit. Albon with 5 points in 13th. Yeah, you can pause there. And I mispronounced nosedive, yes. Season 4 constructor standings. McLaren, complete domination here. 819 points. Second is 420. Ferrari, 245. Third. Williams, 186 points. Ran out of time, so I'm just going to say we scored 156 points there. Antonelli, yeah, he got a win in round 14. And then a podium in round 15. Yeah, other than that, nothing much to note. Bearman, round 16, got a third place podium. And last round, top 5. And there's a run of 9th, 8th, 8th from round 7 to round 10. That was quite interesting. However, nothing much there. Oh, I almost missed out. Round 14, he got second place. Anyway, after this season, it goes 3-1 in favour of Antonelli, who finished in 8th, while Bearman in 10th position is starting to struggle, it seems. So let's see if Bearman can do anything about it. Remember, there's still 6 seasons to go. So if Bearman wins everything from now, it still could be 3-7. So let's see how things go. Personal stuff, no changes to anyone this year as well. And we move on with the same stuff to the next season if nothing goes wrong. Board review, challenge completed. Score P5 with either driver once. We completed that easily. Finished 7th in the constructor standings. 6 out of 11. That's more than the objective needed. I know it says challenge complete instead of objective complete, which is my bad, but still, yeah, you guys get the point. Car performance at the end of the season is 7th. Season 5, the challenge this year is to terminate Bearman's race engineer contract and sign the worst rated engineer. This is not going to help Bearman's charge to beat Antonelli. Objectives by the board this year: score podium with either driver, I finished in the top 10 with either driver as well, have a percentage of less than 20%. So in other words, we can have a maximum of 8 DNFs if we don't want to fail this challenge. Car performance at the start of the season is back to 13th. Peter Van Leeuwen is going to replace Bearman's race engineer, as that's the lowest rated engineer. Season 5 driver transfers now. We have Oscar Piastri retiring from McLaren after winning the championship. Leclerc goes from Ferrari to join McLaren. Verstappen goes from Mercedes to free agency, surprisingly. Hülkenberg retires from Alpine. Stroll goes to free agent from RB. Ocon goes from Williams to Ferrari. Lawson goes to Mercedes. And you can read the rest there. Pause it there if you need to. We ran out of time again. Season 5 grid, I'm just going to quickly run through this. Bortoleto and Leclerc and McLaren. Ferrari have Schwartzman and Ocon. Red Bull have Russell and Tsunoda. Mercedes have Lindblad and Lawson. Norris and Porsche and Aston Martin. Alpine with Colapinto and Dragovic. Cordial and Crawford and Haas. I think I missed out Colapinto and Dragovic and Alpine. Did I? Someone help me check. Hadjar and Iwasa in RB. Gasly and Browning, Williams. Albon and Doohan in Sauber. And that's the whole grid. And now we move on to see the driver standings. Head to head, Antonelli seems to be running away from this. 4-1 in favour of Antonelli after 5 seasons. It's still possible for Bearman to catch up, so all the best. And personal stuff, Mark Slade has replaced the race engineer, the worst rated race engineer we signed, and Enrico Balbo has replaced the head of Aero. The board review, the challenge has been completed. We scored a podium with both drivers, in fact. Finished in the top 10 with both drivers as well. Have a DNF percentage of less than 20%. We only had 4 of 8 DNFs, which is less than the minimum, which is good. Car performance at the end of the season is 2nd place, and so let's hope we can keep this in the next season. Challenge this season, no spending contracts. So this includes contract signings, design and research. This is going to be a tough season. The goal this year, score 3 podiums as a team, finish third or higher in the constructor standings, maintain a 60% point scoring season. So we must score points 24 times in 20 races. 24 including both, so like 12 each. Car performance at the start of the season is third. No change to the staff members. Season 6 driver transfer. Charles Leclerc goes from McLaren to retiring, pulling off Nico Rosberg. Schwartzman, Ferrari to Red Bull. Russell moves from Red Bull to Sauber. Lawson retires from Mercedes. Norris moves from Aston Martin to Mercedes as well. Colapinto moves from Alpine to Ferrari. Dragovic moves from Alpine to Aston Martin. Cordiu goes from Haas to free agency. Albon goes from Sauber to Alpine. Doohan goes from a Sauber to Haas. Verstappen goes from a free agent to McLaren. Victor Martins goes from a free agent to Sauber. And Gabriel Mini goes from free agency to fill in the vacant Alpine seat. Now, this season's grid: Bortoleto and Verstappen in McLaren, Ocon and Colapinto in Ferrari, Schwartzman and Tsunoda in Red Bull, Lindblad and Norris in Mercedes, Porsche and Dragovic in Aston Martin, Albon and Mini in Alpine, Crawford and Doohan in Haas, Hadja and Iwasa in RB, Gasly and Browning in Williams, Russell and Martins in Sauber. So that's about it. Let's move on to the Drivers' Championship. Season 6 driver standings. Bortoleto wins it with 434 points. Verstappen comes in second with 384. Gasly 268 in third. Browning in fourth with 176. Behrman comes in fifth with 127. Porsche also with 127 comes into sixth. Antonelli in 107 goes seventh place. Hadja in 8th position has 100 points. Colapinto in 9th position has 69. Iwasa in 57 is in 10th. Ocon with 49 points is in 11th. Albon with 35 points is in 12th. Mini is in 13th place with 26 points. And yeah, you can pause to see the rest. Constructors standings for season 6. McLaren 818 points in first. Williams 444 points in second. And Gerald 234 points in third. RB with 157 in fourth. Aston Martin 153 points in fifth. Ferrari 118 points in sixth. Alpine 61 points in seventh. You can pause it there. Antonelli results. Notable, three third place positions in the first 3 races. It slowly got worse after that, but there was another podium in round 5, which was good for him. Other than that, round 14 to round 20, no points at all. So, unfortunate. We now move on to Behrman, see how he did this season. Behrman started off the season 2nd, 4th, 5th, 3rd, 5th, 7th. Very rocky, but still got the points there. From round 14 to round 18, no points. However, he did score 1 point and 2 points in round 19 and round 20 respectively. So I guess that was good considering that Antonelli did not score points in those 2 races. Now, Behrman with that 5th position brings back to 4-2. And now it's game on from the both of them because there's still 4 more seasons to go, so it could be anyone's game. And yeah, now we move on to the board review. So before that, personal stuff, no changes at all. Board review. We completed a challenge this season as well. We scored 3 podiums as a team. In fact, we scored 7. Second objective was to finished third or higher in the constructor standings, and we finished exactly third and maintained a 60% points scoring season. We scored 25 out of 40 times this season. So we completed a challenge all somehow, although it's supposed to be a tougher season. However, next season won't be so easy as because we didn't do research, we will be starting with 15th car performance on the grid. Season 7. There's another change to the calendar this season. It becomes a 10-race season. Objective, the challenge this season, no designs this season. And considering our car is 17th this season at the start, not going to be good. Objective, score at least 55 points, have a top 5 finish once. Season 7 driver transfers. Verstappen finally retires and probably go drive sim racing or something. Robert Schwartzman goes from Red Bull to a free agency. Albon moves from Alpine back to a Red Bull. Mini moves from Alpine to a Sauber. Doohan moves from Haas to Williams. Gasly and Browning both similar paths, Williams to Alpine. Victor Martins, Sauber and Haas. Pato O'Ward finally comes out free agency to join McLaren. Callum Voyosin, I believe that's how I pronounce. Someone correct me if need to. Free agents go to McLaren, Williams, and Lance Stroll retires from free agency. Season 7 grid sees McLaren have Bortoleto and O'Ward, Ferrari have Ocon and Colapinto, Red Bull, Tsunoda and Albon, Lindblad and Norris are in Mercedes, Porsche and Dragovic at Aston Martin, Alpine has Gasly and Browning, Haas have Crawford and Martins, RB have Hadja and Iwasa, Williams have Doohan and Voisin, Sauber have Mini and Russell, and Gerald has Antonelli and Behrman. As usual, nothing there. So let's move on to the driver standings if nothing else. And we see Bortoleto win the championship again. It's a close season this year because it's only 10 races. 211 points for Bortoleto. Gasly 180 comes second. Browning 151 in third. Colapinto 127 in fourth. O'Ward with 97 points is in fifth. Ocon with 88 points is in sixth. Hadja is in seventh with 51 points. Iwasa has 40 points in eighth. Tsunoda in ninth place has 35 points. Albon has 20 points in 20th. Porsche with 7 points is 11th. 12th goes to Dragovic with 2 points. Behrman with 1 point finishes 13th. From 14th to 22nd, no points at all. Russell, Norris, Lindblad, Antonelli, continue there. Alpine 331 points, win the Constructors' Championship this year. McLaren with 308 finished second. Ferrari with 215 finishes third. RB with 91 finishes fourth. Red Bull has 5th with 55 points. Aston Martin is 6th with 9 points. Gerald scores 1 point thanks to Behrman, finished 7th. Sauber, Mercedes, Williams and Haas, all no points, 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th respectively. There's literally nothing to note because he did not finish in the points at all. So I'm just going to tell his lowest finish, which is a DNF in round 2. And other than that, 17th in round 1, round 3, round 5 and round 10. With his round, closest he got to the points was round 8 with 11th position. Behrman results now. He managed to score the 1 point in the very first race, and from then on, 0 points all the way. Thanks to that 1 point that Behrman scored, the head-to-head is now 4-3. Behrman is like on his villain arc or something. He's going to catch Antonelli soon if this continues. So can Antonelli do anything about it, or will Behrman tie things up next season? Let's find out. Before that, let's check the personal stuff this season. And there's no change at all once again, so nothing much to do here. And how about let's check the board review? Considering that we had such a poor season, we probably failed it, but let's just see. Challenge completed again this year, so that's good. However, board objective both failed. We scored a pathetic 1 point out of 55, but hey, at least not 0, right? We're supposed to have a top 5 finish at least once, and nope, we did not get it anytime. And our cup performance at the end of the season is 17th, so this is our second strike, and with 3 seasons to go, it's looking dangerous. Now we move on to season 8. The challenge in season 8 is that all training days will be car building days. Our objective this season is to finish top 5 in constructor standings and achieve a podium once. And the car performance at the start of the season this year is 12th. No change to the staff members at all, so let's dive into the next part of this season. Season 8 driver transfers as long this year. Gabriel Bortoleto, McLaren to retirement. Ocon goes from Ferrari to McLaren. Albon goes from Red Bull to retirement. Norris goes from Mercedes to Red Bull. Porsche, Aston Martin to Ferrari. Crawford goes to free agency from Haas. Victor Martins retires. Iwasa goes from RB to Haas. Voisin goes from Williams to Haas. Russell goes from Sauber to RB. Schwartzman goes from free agency to Sauber. Shields goes from free agency to Aston Martin. Tommy Smith goes from free agency to Mercedes. And Alexander Down goes to free agency to Williams. So without further ado, let's get to the full grid, and I shall read it once again. McLaren, Howard, Ocon. Ferrari, Colapinto, Porsche. Red Bull, Tsunoda, Norris. Mercedes, Lindblad, Smith. Aston Martin, Dragovic, Shields. Alpine, Gasly, Browning. Haas, Iwasa, Voisin. RB, Hadjar, Russell. Williams, Duhan, Dunn. Sauber, Mini, Schwartzman. And Gerald, Antonelli, Behrman. I think, right, Browning is like a junior to Gasly now. Like, they've been together for like, 3 seasons? 4 seasons? I can't remember. But like, yeah. Hopefully those two can do well together as a team. Sorry for the long wait, but anyway, here's the Season 8 driver standings. Gasly win it with 233 points. Colapinto comes in second, 163. Browning almost got second, 155. Bam with 100 goes in fourth. Antonelli with 5th position with 95 points. Porsche, 88 points, goes to 6th. Tsunoda in 7th has 52. Norris 8th, 37 points. Hadjar 9th, 30 points. Iwasa 10th, 17 points. 11th, Russell 13 points. 12th, Dragovic 3 points. 13th, Ocon 2 points. 14th, Voisin 2 points as well. 15th, Lindblad also 2 points. And yeah, if you need to, pause the video there. Season 8 constructor standings sees Alpine win it with 388 points. Ferrari has 251 points. Gerald has 195 points. Red Bull 89 points in 4th. RB in 5th, 43 points. Haas in 19th. Aston Martin with 3 points, finds himself in 7th. McLaren, Mercedes also with 3, 8th and 9th. You can pause it there if you need to. Antonelli results, notable results. He's got points in every race this season, which is good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 top 5 finishes with a podium in round 7. How about Behrman's results this season? Okay, Behrman also scored points in every race this season, but he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 top 5 finishes. But however, he did get more podiums than Antonelli with 2 podiums, 1 second and 1 third. However, he did outperform Antonelli based on points by 5 points, so you guys can judge who had a better season. Now, by that, Behrman has tied things up 4-4, and now it's anyone's game. Antonelli 5th place in 95, Behrman 4th place 100. Behrman has entered his villain arc, so let's see what he can cook up. Season 8 personal staff sees Ricardo Adami being replaced. Ricardo Adami replacing our previous race engineer, and Pierre Wache replacing our previous technical chief. So with these signings, let's check a board review. We completed the challenge once again, which is good, and we finished top 5 in the constructor standings. We finished 3rd in fact, and second objective was to finish on the podium once, and we finished on the podium 4 times, so objective complete. Season 9 challenge this year: no wind tunnel ATR allowed for design and research this season. We have 5 objectives this season: finish top 3 in the constructor standings, achieve a win for both drivers to score more than 50 points, 1 driver to finish in the top 3 of the driver standings, and a maximum of 3 DNFs as a team. There are no changes to our staff members, so let's get on with the simulation. Driver transfers this season. Ocon retires from Formula 1. Colapinto goes from Ferrari to Red Bull. Norris from Red Bull goes to Sauber. Gasly retires after a long time. Voisin goes from Haas to Ferrari. Hadjar goes from RB to McLaren. Duhan goes from Williams to retirement. Mini goes from Sauber to Williams. Beganovic goes from free agency to RB. Gotha goes from free agency to Haas. And Santiago Ramos goes to Alpine from free agency. Here is the Season 9 grid. McLaren have Pato O'Ward and Isaac Hadjar. Ferrari have Porsche and Voisin. Red Bull has Colapinto and Tsunoda. Mercedes have Lindblad and Smith. Aston Martin have Dragovic and Shields. Alpine have Browning and Ramos. Haas have Iwasa and Gotha. RB have Russell and Beganovic, is that how I pronounce it? Williams have Dunn and Mini. Sauber have Norris and Schwartzman. Season 9 driver standings. Bearman has won the championship with 215 points. Antonelli 184 in second. Browning 120 in third. Porsche 99 points in fourth. Ramos with 76 in fifth. O'Ward is in sixth with 76. Seventh place goes to Hadjar with 47. And you can pause to see the rest because I read it fast enough. Season 9 constructor standings, and of course, Gerald has won it finally with 406 points. Alpine 196 in second. McLaren 133 in third. Fourth is Ferrari 129, fifth Red Bull 76 points, sixth Sauber 42 points, Haas 21 points in 7, RB 11 points in 8, ninth is Aston Martin 2, 10th is Williams in 1, and Mercedes in dead last with 0 points. Antonelli results. The notable results are he finished on the podium every race except for race 4 because he DNF. Here are how he finished. First, third, first DNF, first, third, first, second, second, second. So great job Antonelli. However, Bearman did better. Remember, Bearman he has finished in the podium every single race. In fact, he's finished in the top 2 every single race. Here's how it went. Second, first, second, first, second, 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 first, first, first. So Bearman, congratulations on being world champion. He's now leading 5-4 in the head-to-head to Antonelli. So Bearman will either win 6-4 now, or Antonelli will tie up 5-5 in the next season. What do you think will happen? Personal stuff are not changed this season once again. So yeah, we now move on to board review. Completed the challenge. Finished top 3 in constructor standings. We won it, so objective complete. Achieved a win for both drivers. We got 4 wins and 5 wins respectively, so objective complete. Both drivers to score more than 50 points. Definitely complete. One driver to finish in the top 3 of standings, first and second, so complete as well. Maximum of 3 DNFs and as a team, 1 out of 3 DNFs from Antonelli, so objective complete. Car performance added on the season is first place, so let's see if we can maintain this in the next season. Season 10. The challenge this season are that all training days are strength training. Board objectives have 4 objectives this season. Number 1, win the constructor championship again. Number 2, championship. Number 3, score at least 350 points as a constructor. Number 4, win at least 50% of the races. Car performance is second, and I believe no change to the driver standings. Help me check, please. Season 10 driver transfers. O'Ward moves from McLaren to free agency. Porsche goes from Ferrari to McLaren. Tsunoda goes from Red Bull to Sauber. Shields goes from Aston Martin to Ferrari. Gotha moves from Haas to Red Bull. There's a typo there, yes, I know. Dino Beganovic goes from RB to Haas. Gabriel Mini goes from Williams to Sauber. Norris goes from Sauber to Aston Martin. Schwartzman goes from Sauber to RB. And Mansell goes to Williams for free agency. Here's the season 10 grid. Hadjar and Porsche both in McLaren. Ferrari have Voisin and Shields. Red Bull have Colapinto and Gotha. Mercedes have Lindblad and Smith. Aston Martin have Dragovic and Norris. Alpine have Browning and Santiago Ramos. Haas have Iwasa and Dino Beganovic. RB have Russell and Schwartzman. Williams have Dunn and Christian Mansell. Sauber have Yuki Tsunoda and Gabriel Mini. And Gerald has Kimi Antonelli and Oliver Bearman. So with this in mind, who will win the championship? Who will win the constructor championship? Who will win the head-to-head between Antonelli and Bearman? Keep all this in mind. For now, I want to thank all of you who made it this far for sticking there. Just the last season, 3 more minutes, I believe. So hang in there. Season 10 driver standings. Antonelli has won it with 229 points. Bearman finishes with 201 points. Browning has 135 points in third. Ramos 133 in 4th, Hajar 84 in 5th, 6th is Iwasa in 62, 7th is Porsche 60, 8th is Colapinto is 22, 9th is Bogdanovic 70th. You can pause it there because I couldn't read it out in time. And this year, Gerald 430 points. I believe that's the maximum you can score in the 10 race season. Alpine 268 in 2nd place, McLaren 144 in 3rd, Haas 79 in 4th. Why does that say Gotha? Okay, sorry, typo. Gotham is Red Bull. So yeah. Anyway, the rest you can pause it there. Here are Antonelli's results. Consistently first, second. So I'm just gonna read it out to you. Second, first, second, first. So a four race win streak at the last 4 races. Batman also top 2 consistently. First, second, first, second. So I think Batman started off the season strong. I think like they were fluctuating a bit. And then at the last few races, Antonelli clutched up and won the championship. So the head-to-head is 5-5. It's tight. So after this simulation experiment, we can say that Antonelli and Batman both are very talented drivers and both have the same ability as each other, I believe. Both very strong. And here the personal stuff, no changes, no point changing anyway as well. And let's check the board review if we have beaten the final season to see if we passed. Challenge completed this season, yes. Constructor Championship, did we win it? Yes, we did. Driver Championship, we also won it. We had to score 350 points. How many did we score? 430. Challenge complete. Win at least 50% of the races. We won 100% of it. So, challenge complete. And the car performance at the end of the season is first position. So, great job to the team. Great job to Antonelli. Great job to Batman. Great job to all my staff members. And thank you for all you viewers for watching this. And I will have this credit scene. Thank you guys for watching till here. It has been a long video and I hope you guys enjoy it. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to see more of this in the next video. And bye for now. Thank you all so much for hanging in there for this 47 minutes. Thank you. Bye.